Are you ready to learn what it means to be a real leader? Say, let's go. Good. There are different types of leadership. There is the bossy kind. There's also the loud kind, But the kind of leadership we're going to be talking about today is one that God is proud of. It's about the man named Nehemiah. Nehemiah wasn't famous. He wasn't a king or a prophet. Remember when we talked about Deborah? Deborah was a prophet. But Nehemiah, nah. He was none of that. He had a regular job. He brought drinks to the king. He made sure that they were safe to drink. But when his people were in trouble and his city was broken, Nehemiah stepped up. He stepped up. He became a leader who changed everything. Let me show you how to lead like Nehemiah using his name. Ready for this acronym? Nehemiah. Good job. Well done. Each letter shows you what godly leadership looks like and how you can be a leader too, right where you are. Say, let's go. N, yes, noticing other people's needs. You see that in Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 4. It says, when Nehemiah heard the people were suffering, he sat down and cried. Ooh. Leadership starts with awareness. Nehemiah saw that something was wrong and he cared deeply enough to do something. How many of you understand problem solving? It is important that when you come across a problem, you look to solve them. Real leaders don't just lead for themselves. They notice people around them and ask, how can I help you? Say it with me. Leaders pay attention and care about others. Yes. Our next letter is letter E. Earnestly praying. Yes. And we see that in Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 5. It says, I prayed to the God of heaven day and night. Leaders know that they don't have all the answers, but guess who does? Yes, God does. Before Nehemiah made any move, he prayed. In the same way, if you're going to be a great leader, before you make any move, you must pray. Real leaders talk to God first before making big decisions. Now say this with me. Leaders pray before they lead. Leaders pray before they lead. And that's that. Our next letter is, let me hear you. The third one, letter H. A good leader has a plan. And you see that in Nehemiah chapter 2, verses 6 to 8. He asked for letters, materials, and safety to rebuild the wall. That's a good plan. Nehemiah didn't just have a dream. He had a plan. Many people dream, but they don't have any plan as to how to bring their dream to life. Now, leaders think ahead. Leaders ask questions. And leaders prepare for success. So say it out loud. Leaders don't just dream. They plan and prepare, because dreaming is easy. But you see, to make your dreams come true, as a good leader, you must plan and prepare. Good job. Let's move on. The next letter is letter E. E, encouraging others. And you see it in Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 18. It says, let's build. And the people said, yes, let's do it. I love this scripture. Nehemiah inspired others. He inspired the people around him. And that's what great leaders do. Real leaders don't just boss people around. Hey, you, do that. Hey, you, do that. They bring out the best in others. They give hope, courage, and strength. So say this after me. Leaders lift people up. Leaders lift people up. Good job. Now, our next letter is letter M. A great leader manages problem, and they do that wisely. Managing problems wisely. And you see Nehemiah, in Nehemiah chapter 4 verse 9, it says, we prayed and posted guards day and night. Now, that was a solution to a major problem. And we see Nehemiah managing that just right. So leadership isn't always easy, right? But Nehemiah had haters. He had enemies and drama. Some of you have all of these things in school. You have people bullying you. You have a lot of drama. But as a good leader, you must manage these problems wisely. And Nehemiah did just that. He didn't panic. He prayed and made a smart move. Good leaders stay calm, pray, and think before they act. This is leadership. Now say this with me. Leaders stay steady in storms. Leaders stay steady in storms. That's a tongue twister. Is that what that is called? A tongue twister. Let's say that again. Leaders stay steady in storms. Stay steady in storms. Stay steady in storms. Stay steady in storms. I could go ahead, but we need to stop now. Stay steady in storms. One more time. Stay steady in storms. Yes, good leaders stay steady in storms. Next letter. Letter I. Yes. A good leader inspires. Yes, a good leader inspires teamwork. You see Nehemiah chapter 3. Each group worked on part of the wall. Families helped. Everyone had a job. Everyone had something to do. Teamwork. So Nehemiah knew he couldn't rebuild the wall alone. No man is an island, they say. So he helped people work together. Now, real leaders do that. Real leaders build teams. They don't do everything themselves. They empower others. And you can do that too. At home, in school, you can empower your siblings to get the job done around the house, the chores, instead of leaving it for mommy to do. Yeah. So good leadership is you gathering people together to solve a major problem. Leaders lead with others, not just above them. And that's one thing we see Nehemiah doing. And you should do that too. And our next letter is letter A. Acting with courage. Yes, acting with courage. And we see that in Nehemiah chapter 6 verse 3. It says, I'm doing a great work. I cannot come down. Leaders stay focused. Even when it's scary, even when it's hard, they act with courage and stay focused. Say it with power. Leaders don't give up. Leaders act with courage. Good job, kings. And of course, letter H. Woo, glory. H is for honoring God in everything. If you remember, in our last lesson, Deborah did the same thing, honoring God in everything. And you see Nehemiah doing this in Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 16. It says, everyone knew the wall was finished because of God. Everyone knew the wall was finished because of God. It wasn't because of the people who built the wall. It wasn't because of Nehemiah who started the movement. No, but because of God. Nehemiah didn't say, look what I did. He didn't say, oh, look what we did. We're so cool. We know just how to build. We know just how to build fast. No, he didn't say any of that. He said, look what God did through us. That's a lot of honor for God. Real leaders give God the glory, not themselves. They don't brag, but they give God all the glory. So say this with me. Leaders honor God in everything. Leaders honor God with everything. So let's say together the acronym Nehemiah, which is N for noticing other people's need, E for earnestly praying, H for having a plan, E for encouraging others, M for managing problems wisely, I for inspiring teamwork, A for acting with courage, and of course the last letter H for honoring God in everything. That's what true leadership looks like. You don't have to wait until you're older to be a leader. You can lead right now at school, in your family, in your group of friends, even online. Like Nehemiah, lead with your heart, pray before you act, build with others, and never, ever forget to honor God. I want you to say this with me. I am doing a great work, and I will not come down. And that is your takeaway today. I am doing a great work and I will not come down. Every time you come across distractions in your life or in your journey in life, this has to be what you say. I am doing a great work. I will not come down, because God has put you up there so that He can do great wonders through you. And I am so glad that you came for this leadership class today. Thank you, Dynasty of Kings. Now go out, lead like Nehemiah. God bless you. I can't wait to see the amazing things that you will build. I love you with the love of God. Bye-bye.